for the evening of Monday, the 23rd of May, 2022. Do, 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 do.
One evening as the sun went down and our cooking coals were glowing, down the path came a party hiking, and they said, folks, we're all going. We're yearning for a portal far away in a tavern full of shouting. So join us, friends, and let's descend deep into Undermountain, deep into Undermountain. There run dungeons hot and cold, where the monsters surge and pushes, and the youngest runes are old, where the mimics all lie waiting, and the goblin werebats roost, all the wisps and wasps and the mezzo-loss, the hidden pit where we'll all plummet deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain, all our blades will sing like choirs, as our arrows strike like drum beats, and our green flame pops and pyres. Our barbarian will stomp a brood as the rogues dance shadow play. Oh, we're sworn to go at a great tempo. We'll chant our spells as we now delve deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain, you'll always find new gear, and your old mundane accoutrement can be handed down, don't fear. The magic items you'll attune and the artifacts you'll find. There's armor with gems and weird potions and a propeller hat that lets you ascend deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain, the mad wizard stood gates so folks can open portals. He left clues to activate. He has a thing for puzzles and he likes to throw his voice. We're going to delve to where he dwells, to the lowest tower, to seek his power deep into Undermountain. I'll see you there, the lowest lair, deep into Undermountain.
The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. Hope you are doing fantastic. Well, we have kind of a big project ahead of us. So tomorrow morning, so Cleo and I moved our craft stream this week. Tomorrow morning, I need to move all my computer parts out of the current case into a new case. And you might say, Joe, isn't any computer case as good as any other computer case? Well, let me tell you, I love my current computer case. I got it in 2012 with money that was sent in by some of the viewers from Season 1 of HermitCraft. And y'all enabled me to do so much with that case. I took it on trips and traveled, and unfortunately, it got warped and bent over time. And so when I got my new graphics card, and it was time to put the graphics card in the case. It turned out it was too bent to actually screw in properly. So right now we've got the computer, and I say right now, I mean like for the last like 3 months or 2 months, however long I've had the new graphics card for, we've had the computer lying on its side with gravity-fed PCI ports on the motherboard. So the graphics card is held in by its own weight, which is okay, but it's not optimal. So what we really want to do is we want to get all of the parts out of the computer and moved in, or out of the case and moved into a new case that's not bent, right? And then I can take that new case and travel and do events and things like that again in the future. And I was talking to Rex Verdi, who you might see in chat from time to time, about we're gonna fix the old case. The old case is gonna be usable again one day, but the problem is I can't warp the metal back in the old case without removing all the parts for safety reasons. I don't want to risk breaking them. So for our Crafts with Cleo stream this week, which we had to move to Tuesday from our normal Wednesday because of Cleo's schedule, tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. U.S. Central Time, we are going to be putting the current parts of my computer in a new case. And I don't even have to say which case it was, because there's no company that's like, hey, Joe, you got to come to us and beg for some sort of partnership thing. No, I took the money that y'all sent me, because I appreciate all your support. Y'all are so fantastically generous. I took that money and I went and I bought the case that was best for my specific needs, right? Saved a ton of time and hassle. So I can tell you which case I got, but I can also tell you it is not a case that almost any of you need. Don't go buy this for yourselves, because it's the wrong choice for you. My needs are, as a video production person, are way different than 99% of viewers out there, okay? So, like, don't go buy this. This is a bad choice for you. But yeah, so I've got the Be Quiet 900, Dark Base 900 Rev 2, which is like a case for people who do video and audio production that is extra insulated and low noise. And I also got a new graphics card. When I ordered the new graphics card, I knew that my current power supply, which I got at the same time as the old case, I've got an 850 watt power supply that I've been using since 2012, and I'm like, that thing is due for some problems, right? 10 years on a power supply, new graphics card with a bigger power draw. That's something. So I also got a new power supply that we're going to be putting in tomorrow during the stream, also made by Be Quiet. It's supposed to stay at 9 decibels or less when it's below 50% load. And once again, this is not something you need to buy. This is not an advertisement. I am thanking you for letting me buy a very specific, expensive thing that is good for my job, but that would be totally a poor choice. If you're a 13-year-old, don't ask your parents for this case so you can make YouTube videos. You don't need it. Yeah. But yeah, the new power supply. Hold on, let me go get it. I can actually pick up the power supply. It's the Straight Power 11, 1200 watts. You don't need a 1200 watt power supply for almost any use case. Do not buy one of these, right? Now, the thing that I like about this power supply is, okay, so you're going to probably say, Joe, why would you need a 1200 watt power supply? Well, the thing is that this power supply is almost silent if you keep it below 70% capacity, right? So my current power supply is about 850 watts, right? I can usually get by with 750 to 800 draw, right? So I put my current components that require 750, 800 watt draw in with a power supply that's almost soundless. There's no link because I'm not selling this. Is it modular? Yeah, it's a power supply. It goes into the case. All power supplies are modular. I guess that's not true. I guess if you buy an all-in-one computer like an iMac, it doesn't have a modular power supply. But yeah, so I'm reinvesting the money that y'all are giving into parts that are going to help me make the stream better. As things start opening up, I need to be able to put my computer in the car and travel again. And right now, my current case isn't going to let me do that. But with this new case, you know, if I want to go visit family or something on the other side of the country, put the computer in the car, I can hang out with them for a week, and I can stream from their place, right? Nice and easy. Knights of Bedrock says he doesn't know what module means. I mean, module means 800. Module means 800 different things. There are D&D modules. There are modules in PHP. Like, oh, detachable cables. Yeah. If you asked if there are detachable cables, sure. But yeah. It shows, like, so there are ports on here that the cables go into. It doesn't really affect me whether or not the power supply is modular so much as it affects me whether or not the power supply is loud. What color stripe did I get on the case? White, but I probably won't plug it in because I hate LEDs. But yeah. Yeah, you can remove the extra cables you don't need from the power supply, which should help with the airflow and the noise some. But yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry if I don't know domain-specific jargon about power supplies, because I only buy one power supply every 10 years, right? But that's the thing, though, is like when y'all are paying for stuff for the stream, I'm not going to cheap out. I'm going to spend the money on something like that that's going to last another decade. I'm taking stuff that I bought in 2012 with money from some of my HermitCraft Season 1 supporters, and I'm replacing it with stuff that I'm buying with money from y'all. And, you know, I'm not going to be like, well, you know, I'd rather spend more money on beer, so I'll just keep buying cheap computer stuff, and every time it breaks, I'll have the stream pay for it. That's not a good attitude, right? The new GPU is 3080 Ti. Once again, they are not paying me either. Y'all paid for it. And that's why I'm saying thank you. And if you swing by the stream tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning, you get to see me move all the parts over. So that should be a fun stream tomorrow. Devin Crotty says, mine had an orange LED stripe, and everyone kept thinking it was a heater. Well, I mean, if it puts out enough watts, or draws enough watts, you know what I mean. Yep, then it is a heater at that point, Devin Crotty's. But yeah, so thank y'all so much. Time zone is 8:30 a.m. U.S. Central Time. So basically 12 hours from when this stream started, the craft stream with Cleo is going to start. I'm going to have both computers set up on a table here with a camera pointing down. And hopefully y'all should be able... Whoops, I forgot to put the axe in the other hand. Y'all should be able to see everything pretty well, I'm hoping. One more potion of fire resistance. Should probably mark that we're actually starting the stream here for replay mod purposes. Okay. Where's my axe? I normally keep that in slot 4, so I'm going to keep messing that up if I don't move it over. Dang it. Yazzie Wolf, congratulations on your college graduation. You know, I don't... Should we sing? Should we sing? Oh, maybe we should sing. Hold on. Let's see. And so we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. But when we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out, 'cause we're on a different track. And if you got something that you need to say, you better say it now, 'cause you ain't got another day. And as we go on, we remember all the times we've had together. And as our lives change, come whatever, we will still be friends forever. So there you go. There's your graduation song, Yazzie. Okay. Am I working on the nether HUD? Nope. Working on the tunnels. Visually distinct from the hub. The hub is down the tunnel further. Not the same project. Totally distinct. So the hub is like out there past the fog, whereas the tunnels are now. The tunnels are here. We're working on the nether hub tunnels, which is distinct from the nether hub. Okay. Welcome, Caesar. Oh, I should mention that we already did have a stream earlier for Hermits Helping Hermits, which means we are only 16 away from the next face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Are the walls colored with the gate color? You know, Julian, that would make a lot of sense. But no, the glass is colored with the gate color, which might sound great, except for the fact that when you put green in front of purple, you can't really see it. So we're just going to play nice for right now, but I'm imagining that will probably... I could imagine these being vandalized for legibility's sake by an unknown hermit in the future. Probably Cub fan. You know, that jingler is very untrustworthy. Welcome, Tio Pollo. Incredible Mike says, I remember that song. It was released the year after I graduated, which I thought was very fortunate. Yeah, it was released the year that well, you don't technically graduate from middle school, but it kind of, you know. And so it was on the radio all the time. Back when that was a thing that mattered. Back when radio play was a factor. It was on all the time. And so it's permanently burned into my brain. Okay. Could do some horizontal pipes, stripes at the glass pillars. I promise I can read. I am like, okay, y'all. Here's the other thing. So I know I just got done telling y'all how much I appreciate you. You might have noticed I've been pretty frazzled the last few weeks. Is that obvious to other people? I think it's very obvious. But maybe I've done a very good job of keeping a high energy level. I feel like it's I'm not that good. Stem Waffle says mildly, but only during streams. Well, that's good, because in the videos I do try to have a higher energy. But is it the missing jerky? Is the missing jerky the reason I'm frazzled? Okay, so the thing is that for the next few weeks, kind of starting at the end of this week through mid-June, there's just a whole bunch of random stuff happening where I'm not exactly sure what is going to be going on with my stream schedule. So I only have my daughter for the very beginning of the summer. So she stays with me all year, but then she goes to her mom's for most of the summer. And so in the time period between when school ends and when she goes to her mom's, we try to plan a bunch of stuff. And also a bunch of other people are coincidentally planning a bunch of stuff. And so I don't really know what my availability or stream schedule is going to look like much kind of after the end of this week for a couple more weeks. So I'm going to try and stream whenever I can. But the reason I've been slightly more stressed... Incredible Mike says, you seem like you've been more stressed about time, if anything. Yeah, well, so... that's part of it. My goal has been to try and get ahead on a whole bunch of things, or at least get caught up on a lot of the things that I was behind on. So that way I could make sure that once my daughter gets out of school, I'll be able to spend time with her and other family and friends and whatnot who want to hang out before she goes to her mom's. So I'm not confusion. Don't worry. I'm not gonna take a break from streaming entirely. For one thing, I can't afford it. But I am going to have like a unpredictable schedule somewhat. Kind of starting this upcoming weekend for several weeks. And so I won't necessarily know, because like I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of the people that I'm gonna be coordinating stuff with, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, hey, we're gonna go somewhere and then we'll call you when we get back and then we'll do something. And like that could be 2 hours, that could be 4 hours, who knows, right? So it's easier in some ways for me to just say, hey, Yazzie Wolf says, does that mean surprise streams? Kind of, yeah. That means like if I'm supposed to meet somebody for breakfast and they're like, oh, actually, let's do lunch instead, I'll just be like, okay, breakfast at home, we'll do a 2 or 3 hour stream in the middle of the day, and then we'll go get lunch with them at 3 or whatever. Like, so basically, I'm accepting that my schedule is kind of out of my hands, but I kind of need the break, and my daughter will definitely benefit from seeing folks and everything. So, yeah, that is kind of the plan there. So, I know it would be better if I could say, well, we're got a different stream schedule for the next few weeks. Here it is. But, like, realistically, I might coincidentally end up with the same schedule I have now, or I may end up with something entirely different, you know? So, yeah. So yeah, I've been preparing for that, trying to make sure. That's one of the reasons I've also been going out of my way to make sure everything is all set up in my Patreon community with a few more hires, so there's people there to keep the wheels on the cart if I'm unavailable. We've got Sammy Higgins coming back on as a moderator starting June 1st, helping me out with that, which I really appreciate. That was announced in this week's newsletter. We hired Queen Dark Lady last week as a new moderator, and we promoted in the last month Yurgi and Toxic Glitter to server operators. So we're going to have plenty of coverage on all of those things so that I don't have to stress about it, which is awesome. I am very much looking forward to that. So, yeah. Oops. We probably need to break some of these blocks, too, just as a treat. Oh, I am out of the fancy juice boxes. The lava ones. But, that's generally fine. We're not going to be digging a ton here. So... Dang it, why is that not placing? Oh, is it because we don't have jump boost installed on this? Oh. Or out of range of the beacon. Yeah, so jump boost doesn't work. Yep, that's how they get you. So, either way, no real problem there. Digging straight up in the nether. It's always perfectly safe. Halls says you pay your moderators. I've never heard of that before. It should be an industry standard if you ask me, but people, know better than to ask me because my opinion is very loud on that, as is. Ryan says, about the song that maybe I know more about pitch than I let on. Well, so here's the thing, is the whole time I was singing that, I was like, I feel like I'm really out of key. Like, I felt like I was doing a really bad job. But I was like, I can't make it sound right in my head. But if you're telling me I was hitting the correct notes anyway, then then, like, I guess on some level my instinct and my intellect are in contest. Miss Canuck, thank you for tipping 14, who says, don't stretch yourself out on our account, Joe. We don't want to make you burn out. Take care of yourself. I appreciate that. That is going to be 6 and 8. So that puts us 2 away from the next face camera expansion. I mean, the big thing is, you know, if for those of y'all, well, first off, thank you again, Miss Canuck, for that. The big thing is that June is a weird time for small business owners because your quarterly taxes, your estimated taxes are due. And it's fun because you owe 3 months worth of taxes for 2 months, because the first quarter is technically 4 months and the second quarter is technically 2 months. And it's weird. But anyway, so it's one of those things where it's like, I have enough money to pay my taxes, but I'd like to have some money left over when I'm done. You know? So it's better if I don't just take the first half of June off. Because if I want to buy food in the back half of June after paying my taxes, it would be good to, you know, have some coverage there. So please, Sir Nate, I'm glad you appreciate the Swedish Rickroll, but please take a second to read the rules. Don't yell in all caps. But yeah, okay. So here's the tunnel that I started building. And we realized later it was not aligned well with this wall here. But nobody's really going to continue this much further because the world border will be beyond that point. Okay, so I was going to say the world server, the world backup server reset is going to be happening shortly. So it's probably a good time to cash out some of this stuff. And so we want to hold on to stuff that needs to go back in the center area. We should take these magma things and actually make some of our own anti-fireproof potions, whatever. How is Tennessee weather? Very cool last few days, which has been fantastic because it was super hot the days before that. Hey, thank you very much to Deanna for tipping 10, who says, enjoy the time with your kid. Definitely understand the stress of having to get your ducks in a line so you can take some time off. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good few weeks. Like I said, I'm still going to be working, but it's going to be, I'm going to make my work schedule flex around what other people are doing. So either way, that puts us 8 past our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. Expand. And then we're going to lower the opacity. Wait, oh wait, no, we do that later. Wow, I am tired. Yeah, never mind. We are $12 away from lowering the opacity and entering the Jost. We probably should go get that pickaxe looked at too. Okay. So we probably want to get, what do you call those clickers? Flint and steels. To light all these candles in here too. Looks like, because yeah, Tango lit these ones. And then let's see, which way to our spawn village area? Back over here. Okay, let's dump for now. Let's dump the extra polished deep slate walls. Oh, he had more green. Okay. Oh, there's 2 potions of fire resistance. Let's leave those for the next folks, though. Okay. Yeah, with his crystals. So, then we're gonna fly back to... Probably shouldn't be flying during the, what do you call it? We got 3 minutes. If your sword has fire aspect, you can just right-click with it to light candles. Wait, really? Oh, I mean, mine doesn't, but that's actually really cool. I had no idea. That's a really sweet thing. Okay. That might be Bedrock only, people are saying. Well, that's still a neat concept. Hey, we got another tip rolling in via PayPal from Ad Astra, who says, finish the face cam expansion. I'm knitting another kitty ears hat while watching the stream, this time teal instead of black. Ah, well, that came in out of order from the other one, but thank you very much either way, Ad Astra. That's going to put us 10 away now from the next face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so, yeah, if we wanted to make a flint and steel, do we have... I mean, I know we have iron in here. Wait, I am really tired. Okay. I have been going all day. Seriously, that newsletter 8 that I keep linking, that was a lot of work. I should probably put more pictures in it. But, yeah. Let's see. Because, yeah, I started working on the newsletter when I got home from, like, pretty shortly after dropping off my daughter. And I worked on it until almost when I had that impulse stream. So that was several hours. Either way, boom. That new 10 rolling in from H3O, who writes, Joe Pasadena. Well, let me tell y'all. You have seen that money go straight to my head. But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the Jost. Bum 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 bum. I don't know where it is. 90% Joe Pasadena. Boom. At this point, each additional face camera expansion will be accompanied by a corresponding drop in Joe Pasadena. So, there we go. Server's gonna restart in 1 minute, so it's a bad time to do anything with inventories, which is like everything over in this area. Okay. Yep, you can hear Mimic downstairs. So, why don't we run down here then? I think, let's check underneath these stairs too. Sharpness 3. Oh, we need to go to impulses and buy mending for some of the stuff we got from Scar, for sure. And let's see. So we can head over there, but we won't necessarily... I think his bookstore is the second one. Yep, there goes the server. Shiny Sylvia on 1993 says, mandatory donos are required in the stream. Nope, they are not. The folks who have tipped make the stream free for everyone to watch. And that's not always like the folks who are tipping today or whatever. Like sometimes there are streams where there's just not as many tips. But in general, there's enough tips that roll in that everybody can enjoy this and I don't have to stress out too much. It's nice. But yeah. Like, I mean, worst case, I would just do more server work, you know, for my old freelance clients and, you know, stream less. Like, you know, I still like streaming and I would do it. I did streaming as a hobby for like, let's see, between 2008 and 2020 when I went full time at this. Yeah, what is that? 12 years I streamed as a hobby. So donos weren't mandatory then, right? You know, I don't know. Okay, so what are we here for? Mending. Okay. Oh, we need money. Bum, 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 bum. Oh boy, we are really starting to run low on this stuff. This stuff being diamonds. So one mending book. I mean, we really kind of need 2 mending books. Okay. And so then I think we should probably go and make our own magma glass bottle things as well. Okay. On our way to a place with a ball, stainless steel, with a blaze rod you feel for brewing danger. Don't be a stranger to the nether tunnels or the hub. Okay, so we have some potions in here. Water breathing, we don't need those imminently. Let's go ahead and pull out our magenta shulker box here, which is our potion making. Shulker box, we got plenty of glass bottles. Okay, kind of thinking maybe we consolidate these blaze rods down in here with that to just ease up on the demand a bit. Okay, we can put that in there, that in there. Okay, so we'll take these out. Let's go make some water bottles. I lost my trident in a unfortunate perimeter accident. Okay, so... yeah, that was... no worries, that was in the last episode. But Scar helped me out and got me some new gear. I just, trident wasn't one of the things he had extras of, so... I appreciate his generosity in general. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna brew some things. So to make them last longer, I think we need redstone. So let's grab... yeah, because glowstone gives you more, what is it called? Intensity. Whereas the redstone gives you more duration. Hey, we just got another tip rolling in via PayPal. Hey, thank you very much to Kristen for tipping 10. It says, enjoy playing with your kiddo, and kudos for paying your mods. Well, thank you very much, Kristen. That puts us 10 away for the next face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. If there was one thing I could add to Minecraft, what would I add? I don't know. Probably better ARM64 support. Their out-of-box ARM64 support for the M1 Max is just not really where it could be. I understand that might require hiring a specialist in ARM, and like whatever, but you know, it's your job to make a game, so I don't know, maybe make a good one, or make a good one good. ARM64 is a processor architecture. It's distinct from x86, which is what most desktop computers run. Okay. So we'll get these slow falling potions cooked. But yeah. The ARM architecture. ARM is based out of England originally. And ARM64 is their 64-bit architecture. Hey, we got 10 rolling in from Jerome. Thank you very much, Jerome. That's going to put us evenly at our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. Expand Jost. Lowering the opacity now to 80%. So thank you very much, Jerome. I feel like... hold on. I think I know what's wrong with the camera. Hold on, because I was trying... every time I power down the computer, it does some weird stuff and resets a bunch of stuff on the camera, but I think I realized why my chin is getting cut off now. Yeah, there's a zoom setting on this that's like zooming in past the point of practical use. There we go. That only took me a week to figure out. Yay. There we go. Now I'm in frame up here and down to my beard. Okay. So, throw these 3 in here, and let's make some more 8-minute fireproof potions. The slow falling ones, I kind of just want to, I don't really have a purpose for those. I'm just going to save them for later. Oops, that's a bad place to put that. Nope. Just put the slow falling potions in here for later. Hey, we got another tip rolling in from Caleb, who says, hoping as well you can enjoy the time with your kid and other family and friends. Thank you. That's going to put us 10 away from the next face camera expansions. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Am I following Critical Role? No, I'm always more of an Ac Inc. guy. I just never had time to watch that many D&D shows. But Ac Inc. The C Team was always my favorite. And let's see where we are on other stuff. Okay, cool. So we can pull that out now. Well, actually, let's finish making this first. Froggy says, my first time seeing an ender chest from the bottom. I mean, you could put it up there anytime. You know, you have that prerogative. Why am I getting a ping? Okay. Never mind, not urgent. You're forgiven. Okay. So. Jill Jackson says, I like the C team better too. Ah, Cole. Excellent. Yeah, I'm enjoying Better Call Saul. Last season was really good. I liked all the stuff with the engineers a lot. And, I'm curious to see what they do this season. But I really like the, engineering problem-solving stuff. Okay. So, let's go ahead and put our 1 diamond back. Yeah, we can put these chests back now too. I think we need to go to the end portal. Does anyone here actually know where the end portal is now, though, is the problem. I know. Have I seen leverage? No, I don't think so. Is that up to date? That's too late. Bottom of the gazebo in the hub. Okay. We're gonna drink this just in case something stupid happens on our way. Etho has talked about what he's up to in his own channel, or on his own channel, and he can do a better job of talking about his life than I can. So, yeah. If you have questions about Etho, watch his videos. Okay, wait. So, below the gazebo. Fall down the center. Oh. Okay. I didn't understand. Oh, and try not to hit the ground too hard. Okay. I hate looking away from this bridge. Spider-Nom says this bridge terrifies me. I know, right? I keep wanting to look at things. Like, because usually when I'm walking a long distance in a straight line, I'm like, oh, let me read something. But anytime I'm over here, I'm like, ooh, if I stop to read something, I could die. Yeah, we're not recording, so we can have the shaders on. I just never been here with the shaders on, so I wanted to see what it looked like. Oh, that actually scared me. I was too tired to register it, and I was like, what? No. Okay, so, is this our good sword? It's good enough. Okay, so it's gonna fix our mending stuff. Most of this stuff is not mending, but... I should just put normal dirt blocks in as the railing. Who cares if Endermen teleport onto it? It'll be fine. Hey, Sammy. We're just trying to figure out the best way to get ghasts in here to shoot at people on that carpet. Because if we could get, like, ghast cannons where you put the ghast in, like, a minecart or something, and then, like, they can't fly around, but you can kind of, you know, have them seeing the bridge, I think that would be the best way to do it. Gloom Manic says, wish my Enderman farm was this productive. Yeah, this isn't mine. I'm borrowing it. My Enderman farm's not this productive. Vincho Ken says, sounds very helpful, Joe. Here's the thing, is I'm actually tired enough to think that that might be funny to do, but I'm also too tired to pull it off successfully. Although I did manage to move a shulker while tired once. And apparently everybody else thinks that's the hardest thing in the game to do. And I'm just like, it's fine. So, I don't know. It's hard for me to say sometimes how inept or capable I am. I did it twice. Yeah, good point. I don't even keep track of how opposite of inept I am. What's the opposite of inept? Ept? It might be apt. Oh, also we should put mending on the other one, too. So let's swap these into our offhand and stuff. Yeah, Impulse moved 2 today. Yeah, I ran into him, like, almost getting one killed. Adept is the opposite of inept. Okay. Shiny Sylveon says, would a Hermit D&D campaign between HermitCraft seasons do well? I don't know. Every time we've tried to do a HermitCraft D&D thing, schedules have been impossible, and we don't really have a lot of time between seasons, so most people who have families and stuff are like trying to cram as many things in during then as possible. So, yeah. The number one reason we've never done a HermitCraft D&D thing has been we can't get that many people to have 4 hours overlapping. And by that many people, we mean like 4 or 5. We're very lucky to be able to occasionally get people together for like a 20-minute to 45-minute recording session. Like, even at the beginning of the season, people were, like, dipping in and out. Like, okay, I can be here for the first 45 minutes, and then I gotta be somewhere for 2 hours, and then I'll come back. Nightshade Owl Live says, which hermits do you see or hear from least just due to time zones and schedules? ZF, Mumbo, Grian, a lot of the British hermits, my schedule doesn't line up with. Like, the more disciplined they are at getting their work done during British working hours, the less likely I am to see them. So, like, Cleo will be up late working sometimes. But Grian and Mumbo are pretty good about, like, okay, I'm going to work until a normal time. And so, let's see. What is 9 to 5 in England? That's for me 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. So 11 a.m. doesn't sound that bad, but I usually don't get on the server in the mornings. That's kind of when I'm doing a lot of my administration stuff, or if I'm doing freelance work, or on the weekends I'm traveling. Or not traveling, but if I'm taking my daughter somewhere, I'm trying to get outside or do things around town before it gets too hot in the mornings, because it gets very hot in Tennessee in the afternoon. So, yeah. Pearl lives in Australia, but she keeps insane hours. Nobody in Australia is awake except for Pearl when she's awake. Have I tried the new Kirby game? No, I got it for my daughter, and she really likes it. But it's just one of those things, like, I haven't had time. Like I said, I've just been kind of, like, heads down, trying to get my work done so I can enjoy this couple weeks between when she gets out of school and when she goes to see her mom. So, like, I have anything like that I could kind of push has gotten pushed. Maybe I'll play it with my daughter some the next few weeks, but yeah. So, yeah, this is... My favorite part of this shader is the, you can't see it, the green shadows going through the land. Yeah, the underwater stuff isn't as ideal, but I like the shadows on the wall here from the trees. Okay. What kind of freelance work do I do? Well, my old job was as a LAMP developer, Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. So I still do freelance consulting work for some of my old clients. And, they keep business hours. So, usually beginning of the day is me checking my emails from them, doing any work they need, that sort of thing. So that way I can stream in the afternoon and at night. Yeah, the shader is called BSL. This is literally just the first one on the top of the Iris web page. But we can also turn it off. Woo, fancy. Shiny Sylveon says, if you ask the Hermits if they would mind letting your daughter play on the server. Oh, she's played on the server before. She just can't be in videos or in streams. There's a bunch of, like, laws about having kids in entertainment, and I don't want to deal with them. And there's also... a bunch of laws about, like, children of divorce, and so I don't want to open myself up to legal problems there. Basically, if I screw anything up, it could be a very expensive custody argument, and I don't want to spend money on that. So, yeah. It is toggleable. Maybe Impulse's Lamp Shop is hiring. Yeah, maybe. Okay, have we been going for an hour? I was going to say, it feels like we've been going for a while now. Let's wrap up. It's only been 50 minutes. My brain is so tired. But we got the pickaxe. And we got the fireproof. Let's go dig some other people's tunnels. Riggs Diggs says, does that include just their voices? Yeah, if you have a kid performing in a show, there's a bunch of laws about it, right? And, like... Yeah, YouTube has a bunch of warnings now when you upload a video. Are there children in this video? Are you complying with these laws? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just not worth dealing with. So, yeah. And then this way it also lets her have her own life, too, She shouldn't be defined by who her parents are, right? No, not British Sign Language. This time. Okay. So to get back up to the Nether hub, we have this incredible tunnel here. I kind of want to improve this incredible tunnel here, because it's... Actually, I should just move my portal up to this level, right? That's the actual answer, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to move all the portals up to the proper levels. Eventually. Maybe we'll come back to that. But, yeah. Okay. I think I just want to do some generic... I want to do some generic digging. Okay. So here's where Cleo and I have our tunnel building supplies. I really should come back here and get those deep slate pillars to do the rest of those in the very least. Okay. Yeah. Digging stream, let's go! So if we go directly across, actually, probably the more interesting route to go would be over here. Oh, whoops, I forgot to turn on the shaders for here. Ooh, this is why I got the shaders, so we could only turn them on in the hub during the videos, but no other times. But yeah, this hub is, like, wild. Okay. So, as we leave the hub... Shaders disabled. Oh, there's actually not that much digging to do right here. Somebody dug a lot of it. Whoa! Maybe we can do a better job than that. Can we get onto that thing here? Okay. Already have a good night, Confusion. Are we out of books? Not books, blocks. Somebody said something about books. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be calling it an early night. I've got a big day tomorrow. I've got so much stuff I've still got to knock out so I can enjoy the back half of this week and then the next few weeks. But I'm like, the end is in sight. I'm very excited. But yeah, I want to make sure that I get plenty of rest before our stream tomorrow, because once again, I'm going to be removing all my computer components from one computer case into another, and I want to be awake and on my game for that. That is not something to do while tired. So I've got everything set up and ready so I can basically go to bed shortly after I end the stream. So, as much as I enjoy hanging out on Don't Panic Flip's show on Monday nights, I'm going to be skipping appearing on that tonight. Because I don't want to risk being tired and making a stupid mistake with the computer case. Swap. Okay. 9:26. I went with the Be Quiet... Dark Base 900 Rev 2. Like, I have moved so many computer components around. Like, starting in, like, 6th grade? No, maybe... No, it was more, I guess, starting in 9th grade, I guess. My dad started bringing a lot of computers home that he was actually letting me take apart and, like, fix. So, it's the sort of thing, like, you just, you get a certain rhythm with it. But, like, I also know that you could always do... It's always possible something could go wrong somehow, and then you're really going to be unhappy. So, I'm going to try and minimize the variables. Get to sleep early. Okay. But yeah, the computer case I've had since 2012. I got it with support from viewers back in HermitCraft Season 1. Lasted me a decade before becoming so far warped that when I tried to put in the new graphics card, the slots on the back of the case, the PCI screws don't line up with where the cards seat in the motherboard anymore. It's had a good run, but... yeah. I figure once I get all the parts out of that, though, I should be able to warp the metal back with some planks and a few vices. But it's not the sort of thing I can do with the parts in there. And I don't want to not have a computer because I need to make episodes. Okay. Yeah, Nico and Annie says, wow, since 2012, that's a long time. Yeah, well, that case has had I guess 2 different motherboards in it, maybe 3. Let's see. Well, no. No, that's right, because that case had, I think it was an Ivy Bridge processor, which was new back then. And then when that processor and motherboard died, I switched to recording on the 5K iMac for a few years. That I got like at a going out of business sale. Those 5K iMacs, you know, people are like, would you recommend I buy one of these? I'm like, no, they're stupid expensive. But if you know somebody who's got a business that's closing down and they're offloading them for, you know, a quarter of the price, they're a great deal at a quarter of the price, you know. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm so hesitant to answer questions about like, oh, what hardware do you have? Because people are always like, because that's the hardware I want to buy. And I'm like, no, don't buy the hardware I'm buying. I'm getting all of it like weird discounts, or because it's like, you know, like something very specific for what I need for my recording stuff that no normal person would need, you know? But yeah, so then, yeah, after the Ivy Bridge processor died and the motherboard, yeah, this computer was basically sitting on a shelf until a couple of years ago when I replaced it with what we've got now, which is the new motherboard for the AMD. Does it say up here? I feel like it should say up here which processor I have. I don't know. It's an AMD processor. It does fine. Oh, AMD Ryzen 9 3900X 12 core. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's like asking a NASCAR driver what kind of muffler they use. It's like, you know, that's not really... I don't know, man. Yeah, don't buy what I'm buying. My priorities and needs are different than yours. I am a little tired. Okay, Mars. And I'm going to be going to bed soon because we've got a big stream tomorrow morning to move the computer components into a new case. So... yeah, for video encoding, having the extra cores is more helpful than you might need otherwise, right? So, like, when I run a replay mod render, that's CPU-based rendering, and having a few extra cores there can make a big difference in speed. Okay, let's see here. 9:30. Okay, why don't we play the outro music while I figure out who we're gonna raid. Where's that outro music? It's a minute 24. So I've got 84 seconds to figure out who we're gonna raid.
The city is bright, but the stars keep growing dimmer. The dishwasher runs, then you find forks from dinner. Killing lights, charging phones, setting alarms to make their tones. Winding down, closing blinds, the rest for tomorrow when there's time. Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills has left the building.
Or I'm about to. We're going to go ahead and raid Bipolar Bear 210, who I know from PlayOnCon. See them there every year. When you get there, the raid message is, howdy y'all, Joe Hills raid here. And apparently they're playing some sort of game called Nancy Drew, The Haunting of Castle Malloy. I can't vouch for that game, but I can vouch for this streamer. Although I've never actually seen them stream. I've met them in person several times over the course of the last decade, and they're great. That's the best I could do. I don't know. Good night, everybody. Keep adventuring.